welcome to Recently Logged, where we're finally doing a Christmas movie. Even though it's not July anymore.
And it's not December either.
Wow.
It's August, baby.
For all they know, Micah, we could have recorded this in July.
Nope.
Unless we, as long as we didn't mention dates on our what we watched section.
Yeah.
But you know.
No, it's definitely August.
All right. Well, welcome back, guys.
Hey.
We're back at it again with the Harry Potter episodes.
If you couldn't tell from what you clicked on.
Wasn't even worried about it. They don't even worry about what they click on, Mike.
They just click. They hear recently logged and they click.
Yeah, they see the name recently logged and they're like, heck yeah, that brand recognition's coming in clutch. And then good job, Robbie gave us a consistent brand and look throughout all of our platforms.
It's almost like Micah could do that too, but he just didn't because you were doing it, and he could run this entire podcast without you because you're always so unmotivated to do anything.
I'm feeling very attacked. No, I'm just unmotivated to record.
Yeah. No, he does all the art and stuff and does all that.
Yeah, I supply all the art. Micah just I don't know what he's doing.
Right. Okay. Let's get into the podcast stuff.
Yeah. What are we doing this week, Micah?
Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1, and let's go over the basic
everyone's
facts.
favorite 2010 movie.
Exactly. It came out in 2010, as was just stated. It's PG-13, 146 minutes. It's got the same old cast that everybody loves. David Yates directing, Steve Kloves doing the screenplay, and of course it's based on a book by J.K. Rowling. It was nominated for 2 Oscars, including Best in Art Direction and Best in Visual Effects.
I love that we decided to do the Harry Potter movies and right in the middle of the franchise.
Right.
The whole J.K. Rowling thing happened.
Yeah, thanks for that one.
I mean, at least we can be topical now.
Yeah, but then people just won't want to click on it. They're like, J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Rowling, I think
heck
not.
No, and then
we see the undertow and we say heck no.
And then they all subscribe or something. I don't know what they can do.
They say heck no, and then they all subscribe.
No, unsubscribe.
Oh. I was about to say that seems like a counterproductive way to be like, oh no more J.K. Rowling. I'm going to subscribe to this podcast that's talking about Harry Potter.
Exactly. All right. Well, anyway, let's go over basic thoughts.
Basic thoughts, baby.
You go first.
All right. What to say about this movie? It's okay. To start off, I didn't like this movie very much. The first time I watched it, I thought it was all right. The first time I was watching through the entire franchise, I was like, yeah, okay, that was fine. But I don't know. This time, I was not. There was very few scenes that kept me interested. But of course, the cinematography is really great. Later on in the franchise, that's pretty much consistently good. The acting is always good. The production design in this one's really good too. There's a lot of scenes that I remembered watching back from the first time that I was like, oh yeah, that was a good scene, and it still was. Those were the few scenes that I was like, yeah. I'm actually interested in what's happening right now. It's keeping me engaged is basically what I'm saying. But all of the entire rest of the runtime, I just felt bored a lot of the time. Which, I mean, it's not inherently a bad movie, but it just didn't keep me interested really throughout the entire runtime. And I feel like by the fact that I wasn't interested, a lot of the other Harry Potter movies do that pretty well. Mainly because they have the
I don't know about that.
Maybe not all of them, but some of them have some of them are mystery movies or stuff like that in the past, and this one, I don't know, it just didn't have a through line. Obviously the plot line is them trying to find Horcruxes and escaping the Death Eaters, but I don't know. It seemed to lack a bit of like drive or oomph, as it were, that some of the other ones have, and it just didn't keep me very engaged the whole time.
Yeah.
Should I say my rating now? I don't.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, I gave it a 6 out of 10. 3 stars.
Just say 3 stars.
Yeah. Okay, 3 stars.
Don't be like, well, I gave it a 29 out of 300.
Give it a 26 out of 500. Okay. Wow.
just 3 stars.
Yeah, that basically sums up my thoughts on it.
All right. Well, I like this movie. I actually like this movie probably better than the first 4 movies of the Harry Potter franchise, but I'm not a huge fan of the first 4 movies of the Harry Potter franchise.
Say it isn't so, Micah.
This is not as good as any of the latter half, though. Like, a lot of the problems he brought up were real problems. It has almost no drive through the movie, and I think part of that is because it's a part 1.
Yeah.
And it didn't have an expressed goal to get to. It just had to get there.
I don't know why... here, I'll let you finish, actually.
But yeah, the production design was great. Cinematography was great. The actors, of course, are always great. The music was good. Like, I just think really the only problem I have with it is that it doesn't have any energy throughout the movie. So it does get boring, but when it does do stuff, it does it really well. Yeah. I gave it 4 stars.
It sucks. 4 stars.
I did not say it sucks. I said it can get a little boring.
It sucks. 4 stars.
It sucks. 5 stars.
All
right, what were you going to say, though?
I was going to say something. Wait, what did you just say before I cut you off?
Something about it having no energy.
Yes. I literally don't remember, but I'll probably remember
And then
later.
something about me saying it was probably because it was a part 1.
Oh, yes, part 1. That is what made me think of what I thought of. I don't understand why this movie is so diggity dang long. When it feels like almost nothing happens. Like, every scene does serve a purpose, but it just seems unnecessarily long a lot of the time.
I think what they did was they cut down the wrong parts of the book. And, like, I haven't read the book. I'll start there.
Neither one of us have read the Deathly Hallows, so...
But I feel like they cut down the wrong parts of the book to where everything that they show is technically important, but it doesn't do anything for the story. Yeah,
like the Hermione and Harry dancing in the tent. Like, yeah, sure. I mean, it's important, I guess.
Well, no, I always thought that scene was good because it was.
I mean, yeah, no.
Thematically, good.
Thematically, it serves a purpose, but like plot-wise, there's just a lot of stuff, especially out in the woods, that I feel like you could have cut.
Yeah, I know.
And
because like what has to happen in this movie? Let's think.
They got to destroy. Well, spoilers.
Let's start at the beginning. They got to get Harry to Weasley's safe house.
Yeah, which they could have done a heck of a lot quicker than they did.
Could have done it quicker, but I'd say that probably took like 20 minutes. Then wedding had to be crashed. Ministry has to fall. Which happened pretty fast, so that's fine.
Yeah, no, that part was fine.
Then Harry, Ron, Hermione get zapped out, and then they have to start going on their own. I think that kept pretty good pacing.
Yeah, no, that part was fine.
Up until they got the Horcrux.
The wedding itself, like the stuff leading up to it, was a little sparse.
Yeah, it was a little...
It wasn't like that bad.
But I think the pacing kept pretty good and the energy kept pretty good until they got the Horcrux.
Yeah. Once they, because the diner stuff
was good.
Was pretty good.
The Ministry heist was cool.
The Ministry heist. We need to talk about that.
Yeah. But then like after that, it's like, I get what they were going for because like they have the Horcrux. And I feel like they wanted to be like, look at the slow burn effect it's happening, like it's having on everybody.
That's what they're wanting, Micah.
Like as they share the load. I could carry it 4 miles. Share the load.
Share the load.
That's all I could think of while watching this, by the way.
Does it just remind you of Lord of the Rings, Micah?
It does. I just kept on waiting for like it to start burning onto their neck. And but
Wow.
like I get what they were going for, I think.
Yeah, no, I can see, like,
Just really slow because their mission was going slow. But
yeah.
I don't know. I don't
Like,
think it worked.
Something like that could work if there's still a clear, defined thing that they're working towards.
And something that, the problem I think with that is that if they got all of the Horcruxes and destroyed them by the end of this movie, I think it would work fine, but obviously they can't do that.
Yeah.
So it just feels like they got nothing done.
Yeah, no, basically all of the Horcrux screen time in this movie feels wasted because they don't do anything, really, besides destroy the one.
Yeah,
and
they
that
destroy-
takes, like, a solid half of the movie to do.
And it's the Horcrux that they pretty much started to find at the end of Half-Blood Prince.
Yeah.
Like, this specific Horcrux, even if they didn't have it specifically, has been with them.
Has been in the story
for
a
a
while.
movie already.
Yeah.
So it just feels like they've had this forever, even though they haven't had the expressed one forever. And it just feels like nothing happened. And then, like, you have the small subplot with Voldemort trying to find the Elder Wand.
Oh, yeah.
And then that's not very focused on. So then he just...
They give it, like, 3 scenes.
So then he just gets it at the end, and that's all that happens in the movie. Like yes, they get captured, shenanigans ensue, Dobby dies, Hermione gets tortured, whatever.
Whatever. Honestly, I could care less.
Listen at me, like
Wow.
that. All of that stuff pretty much means nothing except for getting all of them out and killing overpowered Dobby.
Yeah, we made a comment while we were watching this that house elves could literally, like, rule the world.
Because if they're freed, they're so much more powerful than wizards.
And they don't even need wands. They literally just do that with their brains, Micah.
They're just like...
That's why their heads are so oversized for their bodies. It's big brain time.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway, let's go into questions since we've just kind of been rambling on a little bit about
Yeah, we're
problems.
just like, oh yeah, this movie sucks. Boo.
No, I like this movie. Do you have a question, or do I want to just go into our stereotypical question?
You can just go into our stereotypical question.
All right. Favorite scene or sequence?
Do I have to pick one?
Yes.
This movie's my favorite scene.
The whole movie is my favorite scene.
Gosh.
5 stars to each individual scene.
I think this time I'm actually going to ask myself, like, if I could just keep one scene and just destroy the rest of the movie, what would I choose?
Wow.
Because honestly...
Robbie wants to destroy cinema.
Okay, you know what?
You heard it here first.
It's scene or sequence, so gosh dang it, I'm choosing the Ministry Heist.
Dang it, that's what I was going to choose.
That's literally the most compelling sequence in the entire film.
Yeah, it's the most energetic. It's the most fun.
You could make an argument for when they're at Lucius's house, I think is where they are. I don't remember. But wherever Voldemort was meeting, that sequence is all right, but...
Yeah, I think that's Lucius. Lucy.
Lucy.
I
Oh,
don't
my
know how
boy
to say
Lucy.
I don't know how to say it. Lucius or Lucius?
Voldy's out here, like, shout out my boy Lucy.
Wow, okay. Anyway, yeah, I think it was at his
God.
house. But yeah, I think my favorite scene or sequence would be the Ministry Heist, or... The stylized Deathly Hallows thing was pretty fun.
The necklace? When they destroy the necklace?
No. When they're like, they want
Oh my
three
God.
brothers.
Oh my gosh, Hermione's, like, stilted voiceover over the entire thing.
Okay, that was pretty funny. But the stylization of the the animation
that was cool, but
She's like,
yikes.
and the brother took his life. Death had won.
Had one.
But then the third brother.
I don't know, bro. Like, you were like, oh yeah, here it comes. This part's
Although
really
I
good.
just remember the animation being really cool,
Yeah,
and it was.
Yeah, it was. It was cool.
Um,
Yeah, the Ministry Heights heist
the Ministry
is probably
Heist is just the best part of it.
it's probably the most memorable part of it, and even then, like, it's not that great, sadly.
Yeah, no. I can't, like, unfortunately, and that's the problem with this movie, because nothing really happens. You can't be like, oh yeah, that scene was good, but the rest of it wasn't, because there isn't really, like, besides, like, the Ministry Heist, the wedding.
See, the Ministry Heist has a clear, defined goal. They start it, and then they end it, and then that's it.
And, like, nothing else starts and ends in this movie. Like, nothing else.
I mean, the Horcrux, they find it, and then they destroy it, but that's
one.
That's
like,
over the stretch of, like, probably like an hour.
And the whole
It's
conversation with this is like, and Ron like brings up the argument all the time. Yeah, they have this one, but what about the others?
What about literally all
Like,
of the other ones?
That's the thing that's looming over them throughout the entire movie. Is, oh crap, we can't find all of them.
Which they do capture that feeling pretty well. Like,
Yeah.
the ministry closing in, kind of, they don't have all of them. What the heck are they going to do?
Yeah,
feeling.
they have that feeling going.
Yeah, yeah, that was good.
I still find it funny. Also, just still spoilers, technically spoilers for the next movie on this one.
Oh, shoot, dog.
But
I haven't even seen the next movie.
It's a part one and it's a part two. Yes, you have. But I still find it funny that when Harry and Nagini and the Horcrux were all in one place, they had 3 Horcruxes.
They literally had, like, 90% of the Horcruxes.
So you just take the sword, slice Nagini, which I know happens later, but then you take the sword, stab Harry, and then take the sword and hit the amulet, and you've almost won.
Yeah, you almost beat Voldy, my man.
I was making a joke while we were watching it.
You shouldn't be joking, Micah. This is a serious movie.
Ron comes in finally, like, out of nowhere with Godric's sword, and he's like, Harry's like, stab the whole crux, Ron. And I was like, what if Ron's like, okay, stab? Would have been pretty funny. But they didn't have the resurrection stones, so it wouldn't work plot-wise.
Resurrection stone.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Remember, they murder Harry, but then the resurrection stone.
I had nay forgotten. Actually, I had
and
forgotten.
Neville's all like, Harry Potter's dead.
Harry Potter's
So
dead.
what?
So what?
And I was like, yeah, you go, Neville.
I could care less if Harry Potter lived.
Oh, man. Part 2 is so good. I'm just looking forward to that.
Is that what it is, Micah? I may dislike the first Deathly Hallows, but I'm gonna love the second one.
I love Part 2 so much. At the moment, it's marked as my favorite Harry Potter movie, and if I remember correctly, it'll stay that way.
All right. Well, I guess we're gonna see.
Well,
Well, anyway, guys, thanks for
no. Ask a question.
I guess we're gonna see. Thanks for watching.
Well, anyway, guys, thanks for listening.
All right. Question time, baby.
It's been
Well, I mean, it's been question time, but that just goes to show you the pacing of our little podcast.
yeah.
All right. Who was your favorite side character in this movie? What?
What do you qualify as side character? Anybody not Harry,
Just
Ron, and Hermione?
Yeah, anyone that's not Harry, Ron, and Hermione, because Dobby got a redesign. Creature's in this one again.
Oh yeah.
You got the random thief guy from Diagon Alley.
Oh yeah. It's all good.
It's all coming together, Micah.
I'd probably say my favorite side character randomly would be Dobby.
Really?
Who doesn't like Dobby?
I don't know. I didn't like Dobby in this movie, bro. Did they like change voice actors or something?
No.
He fell off.
He fell off because he was just being independently powerful.
I don't know. He fell off, bro.
He just kind of pops in and just saves the day. It's kind of like he's just there for plot convenience, and then they kill him off.
It's almost like weak writing.
Dobby's still fun.
I guess.
He's just like, oh, I was randomly in Diagon Alley, and I saw Creature.
I saw Creature.
And Dobby thinks to himself, Creature's talking about Harry Potter. I know Harry Potter. I'll follow Creature. So then Dobby follows Creature and find you, sir.
Sir.
Dobby will always help his friends. And I love how Dobby, he can now do whatever he wants. He's free. He still has not bought a shirt.
Oh my. He's free.
He bought himself some shoes, which is fine. I like your shoe game, Dobby.
Bro, what if he bought some Air Force One?
But why can't he buy himself some pants and a shirt? He's still just wearing that rag.
The rag, Micah. Do you not like his rag?
I mean, if he likes the rag, wear the rag. But all I'm saying is, you have your freedom, Dobby. You could up your fashion game.
Wow. Maybe he doesn't have the financial positioning to up his fashion
He's the house elf. He's all powerful.
The poor wizards, Micah.
He's all powerful. How is that a thing? You're a wizard and you're poor. You're doing something wrong.
You're doing something wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. Who else is there? Like, good side character-wise?
There's Luna's dad.
Yeah, but he's no fun.
Mr. Lovegood.
Mr. Lovegood.
My boy.
No.
Mr. Lovegood, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Horcrux.
Oh,
no. That should have been the name of this movie.
That would have been really funny. You could make a parody cover and just slap it on the front of this.
Although that title doesn't really make that much sense.
No, it doesn't.
But it is pretty funny, though.
Like, are there any good side characters outside of Dobby?
I mean, Bellatrix was pretty good in this movie.
She's just normal Bellatrix. She's just like
While I do compliment your enthusiasm.
While I do compliment your enthusiasm, the boy is mine.
The boy is mine to kill. Like, what the?
I need a wand, Lucius.
Why does that scene go on for so long?
This teacher would have us mate with them.
That scene goes on for way too long.
No, it does.
Any of the Voldemort stuff goes on way too long.
But he's creepy.
He's creepy.
But, bro, then you get, like, the Hitler propaganda scene in the Ministry.
Okay. That was unexpected. I didn't know what to expect, but I was not expecting Hitler.
I mean, I was expecting a lot of things, but Hitler was not one of them. Robbie going into Indiana Jones in The Last Crusade.
Oh my gosh.
Remember in Last Crusade when Hitler signs the diary?
Oh my gosh.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I was not expecting, like, I remembered that being like a thing from, like, watching it, but I did not remember it being, like, such a big thing from this one.
What to do when Muggles attack the book.
Oh my gosh.
It's pretty funny in my opinion.
Just go watch Jojo Rabbit instead.
Right.
Jojo Rabbit is much better.
And it is.
Like, honestly, I think I have to go with Dobby still because I can't think of a single better character that's on the side.
Honestly, who am I thinking?
Like, what's Cho doing in this movie?
Cho. Wait, who's Cho? No,
Robbie.
I'm kidding, Micah.
About to throw him.
Steve Kloves be like,
okay,
who is Cho?
So I don't know too much about extended lore of Harry Potter, but I want to know how you become a ghost, and if
the ghosts of Hogwarts
if Cedric
kind of thing?
is now a ghost of Hogwarts, because that would be cool.
That would be pretty cool.
Right? Like, I don't know. Like, I just think Cedric, like if you go to Hogwarts and you just find Cedric.
You just find Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, exactly. You just find Robert Pattinson floating around and you're like, yo,
Rob. Rob.
Rob, my man. And he's like, yo, I'm filming Tenet.
I thought I was Rob your man, Micah.
Sorry.
Sorry. What if you kick me off the podcast and Robert Pattinson comes on?
Okay, if Robert Pattinson offers to come on the podcast, I would kick you off the podcast in a heartbeat.
True story.
True story. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't know.
What's your favorite side character then?
Maybe the one random guy from the Ministry of Magic.
Wait, which random?
The guy with the mustache, where his wife is on trial, Micah.
Oh yes.
He gets his scene, and it's pretty good.
Take the wife and take the kids. I mean,
Take
out
the
of
kids.
town, out of country. It's not safe anymore.
Dang, bro.
My wife's all alone downstairs. Ron, you don't have a wife.
You don't have a wife.
Oh right.
Oh yeah. Some good stuff right there.
The energy.
That's some Half-Blood Prince energy right there.
Yeah, honestly. Man,
Dang,
I miss
was
Half-Blood
Half-Blood Prince
energy.
before this?
Yeah.
Gosh dang it, bro.
Right before this.
I just want it back. It's
4.5 stars for Half-Blood Prince, baby.
so this was only a half star less good,
Yeah.
Micah. Less good, Micah. Only a half star.
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
Question. What do you think would have made this movie better?
what do I think would have made this movie better? I feel like we already kind of went over a little bit of that.
I think we already kind of went over a little
Just
bit.
giving it more of a main, like, even if it's
but I'm
not
saying,
in the,
like, what would be the main focus? Like, how...
Okay, no, you didn't let me finish, Mike.
Well, you were just repeating yourself.
Okay, I'm saying even if it's not necessarily in the book, I'm saying going a little off script here,
Ooh,
Micah.
whoa. Steve Cloves.
Maybe give it something central to do, like giving this movie a reason to exist other than setting up the next one, because it just really needs something, you know, like it needs a reason. Give me a reason.
Give me a reason. Yeah, but what could that reason be? Is what I was
I
more
don't know. It
noticing.
could be them coming together as friends. Could be the drive of the story. It could be them avoiding the ministry, like, and outsmarting them, or giving them some sort of emotional payoff for something. The only emotional payoff in this movie is Ron coming back,
Man, that's pretty good, though.
and he says, "Hey."
Hey. And then Hermione's like, what the heck, bro?
He turns into someone from Lego City and just says, "Hey." Someone has fallen into the river of Lego City.
Somebody's fallen into the river in Lego City.
Hey.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, this movie...
It just needs it needs an emotional anchor.
I think it needed to be chopped around a lot.
And
Like, I
I
think
the
you
editing,
could've-
yeah.
I think you could have scrapped most of the screenplay to actually get it good. Like just start over.
I think maybe just an hour and a half. Like,
Start over. Make
just
it
cut
short.
everything.
Make it short and do what good part ones do. Lots of setup, but also having a well-contained
Its own story
that
yes.
gives a good reason for all of that setup.
Which ideally this one would have focused on destroying the first Horcrux.
Yeah, like don't
But it
present
doesn't.
so much about like, oh, we can't find all of them. This whole movie is stupid. Like, that's like Ron's whole thing.
This
Was like
it
was
feels
like,
pointless.
It was like, this is so pointless, mate. We've been going around and we've done nothing. And Harry's like, we have one Horcrux.
We have one.
And Ron's like, we're as close to destroying that as we are to finding all of the rest of them.
Is that what you see this movie as, Micah?
Yes. Yeah, so like don't get that, don't do all that. Like, get them fighting, but not over the fact that just focus on this Horcrux and on the Deathly Hallows.
Yeah, bro.
Just those two things. And Deathly Hallows on the side, just kind of like weaving it into why Deathly Hallows would be important, because up to this point, like, they're like, it's the Deathly Hallows, Elder Wand, Resurrection Stone, Cloak of Invisibility.
See,
and when I first watched this, I was honestly like, wait, isn't that like the cloak that Harry had? What?
Isn't that like the cloak thing?
I was so confused. Like, the Deathly Hallows in the context of this movie make no sense.
It cares about it, Micah. This movie cares about the Deathly Hallows almost as much as Half-Blood Prince cared about the Half-Blood Prince.
You're not wrong. I'm the Half-Blood Prince.
I am the Half-Blood Prince, Harry.
What?
You're what?
Yeah, I don't know. It's odd. It just needed a rewrite. But I think what they have there isn't bad. It's just not focused.
I almost think if it was me, like if I had been tasked with making this movie, I would have painted it more as a road trip / runaway movie.
We're going on a road trip.
Like where they're constantly on the run from the ministry.
I think that's what it was supposed to feel
like. And it doesn't feel like that at all. It just feels like they're wandering around in the woods.
I think that's what they were going for, but they somehow kept tensions high but tensions low at the same time.
They kept tensions high but not around the reason they should be scared.
So like occasionally like they do all these charms and spells and stuff to where they couldn't get caught. But then and all the drama was just between friends with Horcruxes. And then, occasionally people would just pop in and be close to finding them, and you'd be like, wait, what? What? Snatchers? What are they doing?
I don't know. What is a snatcher, Micah?
They're snatching people for Voldemort.
What?
Actually, for the ministry. But
that doesn't even make sense.
No, their job is to find...
Oh, so that's their job title. Okay, yeah, I thought they were just like a gang called the Snatchers.
I don't know because I haven't read the book. I don't know if they're freelance for the ministry or if they expressly work for the ministry.
It's just like a gang. We're called the Snatchers.
They're called the Snatches. Hire us and we'll snatch anyone.
We'll snatch someone for you.
Or anything.
Wow.
Just snatches something from somebody.
Boom.
See? We're so talented.
Just so talented.
Yeah, I don't know. So, the Snatchers would just occasionally pop in. So, something that would seem like it, like they set it up to have, be a constant thing that they'd have to avoid with, the diner scene. Where, they thought they were completely safe, and then out of nowhere, pa-pa.
Ba-bam.
Ba-boom. But then, after that, until Hermione, and I don't know, again, I haven't read the book, so I don't know why, but she just, ties her scarf to a tree, and I think it's for Ron, but I don't know, and then they get, then they go to they get caught, they go to this, and then they apparate away together after all that happens, and she goes right back, wait, no, out of order. Wait,
Micah,
what did they do?
Micah, what are you talking about?
Wait. No, that was out of order. So wait. Where are they that they have to immediately apparate back to those woods?
They were in the house.
No, because, which house? Because it wasn't
the Lovegoods house.
The Lovegoods
it's collapsing.
House. Right.
On top of
that's what I was missing. Okay, so they're at the Lovegoods house, and they're like, we've got to apparate away right now.
I don't think they say that.
And Hermione's like, grab my hand, Harry. Grab my hand, Ron. And they're like, okay, let's go. And then they apparate to the same woods that they've been in, where Hermione put up a freaking scarf, immediately get caught. I'm like, what? This isn't a payoff of tension at all. This is a payoff of some random thing.
Wow. But yeah, what I was saying, Micah, I would just make it more central on that being the main dramatic tension of the movie.
Yeah.
Is them being on the run.
Yeah, I feel like what it could have been a runaway road trip movie.
It could have been a very tense,
where they like a thriller runaway road trip movie where they also had this big burden of like Lord of the Rings.
Exactly.
They have to get to Mount Doom, but they also have the ring, causing all kinds of problems.
Do you just want to watch Lord of the Rings, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of got me in the mood for Return of the King, honestly.
Wow. I'm sorry to hear that.
Wow, you suck.
Okay, guys, I think Return of the King is good, but I do not like watching it very much.
Yeah, because he sucks and hates cinema.
Because he sucks and hates cinema!
Anyway, yeah. Do you have any other questions? I can't really think of anything else.
I think actually we've kind of gone over everything I wanted to. Like, I didn't have too much to say about this one. Its flaws are pretty, like, just there's only a couple major ones.
But it's like it definitely brings down the entire movie.
Yeah.
I don't think it brings it down enough that it's not enjoyable at all, because I enjoy watching this movie.
Yeah, no, like, I still think it's fine, but, like, I wouldn't probably watch this ever again, like, unless it was for something like this again, where I had to watch all of them.
Yeah, I only watch this one, and I said this to Robbie, I only watch this one if I'm watching part
Micah,
2.
people have no idea what that sound is, and you just keep doing it.
Oh, can they hear this?
Yes, of course they can hear it.
Well, they can just keep on not knowing what this sound is.
Oh my gosh.
Well, look, it looks like a pancake, you know? Like one of those...
Looks like a pancake.
No, when it gets completely flat, you know how pancakes look, like the picture pancakes
You know
look?
how those pancakes look?
That's
when
how
you
this
put them
looks.
on the pan.
Oh my god. Yeah, if you have any more questions, we'll do that, but if not,
No,
we can...
we'll just go into closing thoughts. What is the consensus, Micah?
Good, but could be better.
Yeah. I'm gonna say decent.
Better than Goblet of Fire.
Decent,
Better than Chamber of
but
Secrets.
it just had like a couple of main
better
elements.
than Philosopher's Stone.
Okay. I think
I enjoyed it more than Azkaban. Yeah.
How could you, Micah? I don't know. I don't know how I'd rank the series to this one. This is probably my least favorite of them, though.
It's so weird.
Like, how is that weird? Like, I don't think it's maybe the worst, but I think it's probably my least favorite to watch.
When like a Philosopher's Stone in Chamber
Philosopher's
of Secrets
Stone
and
is a
Goblet of Fire.
fun time.
No,
bro.
it's not. It's so boring.
Chamber.
Chamber is even more boring.
What was the next one?
Azkaban.
Azkaban. Yes.
It's not good.
It's so good. Micah.
I mean, it's fine, but like, it's not good to watch. I hate watching that movie. Like, honestly, that is out of the series. That's still the least likely one I'll turn on.
Wow. Okay. Well, yeah. I like I said, I didn't have too much to say about this, and we already said it. So
Yeah. No. It's fine. Hopefully, I'm really excited to get to part 2 because I remember part 2 being really good.
yeah, I was about to say because like. A lot of my film reviewing buddies have claimed that Deathly Hallows Part 2 is one of the best fantasy movies ever. And
I claimed that.
I do not remember it being that good.
Yeah, but you don't remember anything. You're like, what? That movie wasn't good. That movie was trash because I watched it so long ago.
What? That movie was trash.
Trash.
I become Oscar the Grouch whenever I'm watching a movie from that I haven't seen in a while.
Yes.
That movie was trash.
Alright, hold on, I gotta grab the ranking notebook of Potterness. Alright, I now have the ranking notebook of Potterness.
Oh my gosh.
And
Wow.
we're gonna go over where the rankings sit with all of our ratings added together.
That's peak of comedy right
So-
there. Oh, did you already?
Yeah, I already threw it in.
Oh wow.
Alright, so very bottom we have Goblet of Fire with a
Yeah.
5.5 between us. And these are
5.5 out of 20.
10.
Because we're both no.
No, because the max that we can do is a 5-star rating. So then you take that 5-star rating.
Oh, you're doing out of 5. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were doing.
So
out.
the max is 10.
Okay.
Okay. So Goblet of Fire 5.5 in last place. Then Chamber of Secrets with a 6. Then Deathly Hallows Part 1 with a 7. Then Philosopher's Stone with a 7.5. Order of the Phoenix with a 7.5. Azkaban with an 8.5, and Half-Blood Prince with an 8.5.
Okay. I don't know why Half-Blood's doing that. I'm
Robbie, Half-Blood is my favorite Harry Potter movie to this point.
We'll see. Now both of our favorite movies have the 8.5. You know.
I don't know how you could think that Azkaban is anywhere near as good as Half-Blood, but
Anywhere near my.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, that's where the rankings sit. Who knows where the Deathly Hallows Part 2 is gonna land, because we haven't seen it in so long that
Yeah, for real. I don't even really remember it that
well. We don't
well.
know where this is gonna go. Anyway, do we want to go over what we watched this week?
Yes, we do. This week.
The week.
All right.
What was the last episode? It was Howl.
Yeah, that was the last thing we watched. And right after that, bro, did we watch anything outside of each other? I guess you watched some things without me.
Did we talk? No, I guess we wouldn't have.
No,
I watched some things without you. I watched a lot between now and
then.
I
didn't watch anything without you, so. All right, 27th, Micah, what did we watch?
We watched Alfred Hitchcock Presents Vertigo.
I don't know about that title, but yes, we did watch Vertigo.
Yeah, Vertigo was fine. I gave it 4 stars.
Fine, Micah, just fine.
Yeah, just fine.
Aww.
It was kind of disappointing.
I really liked it.
It was kind of disappointing. It wasn't as good as...
How about that dream sequence?
It was, no, that was great, but it wasn't as good as like coming off of like my favorite Hitchcock movie being Rear Window. I feel like Rear Window is like peak cinema, and this was not peak cinema.
I don't know, dude. Honestly, I thought this was really good. Like, I think I was the most into it out of any of the people watching.
Yeah, no, I kind of got bored with most of it.
I could see you having a couple of problems with the pacing near the end.
The pacing was...
but other than that,
it was still well made enough that I gave it 4 stars.
Iconic characters.
I just don't think it was anywhere near the level of like Rear Window, which is what I end up comparing all of Alfred Hitchcock's movies to, since that's one of my favorite movies.
That is a really good movie. I'm not gonna lie. Psycho's my favorite, but Rear Window probably is better.
Then what crazy French movie did we watch on the 28th?
We watched Les Samurai.
Or is it Les Samurai? Like with a...
Les Samurai?
Les
like
Samurai.
Yeah,
because it's O-U-R.
Because it's French, yes.
Yeah, it's French.
But it translates to the samurai.
It was fine.
It was good. I liked it.
It was fine.
I watched so we were scrolling through Turner Classic Movies list.
Wow.
And I saw this. I'm like, hey, isn't that in the Criterion Collection? And it was. So I was like, hey, let's turn it on. And we did. And it was good.
And it was fine. Was it anything like what I thought it was going to be? It was a little boring.
I don't know what you expected it to be,
Not
Micah.
Boring. That's not what I expected it to be.
Wow.
I
thought
it was well made.
I recommend you guys check it out. It's a good time.
It was fine. I gave it 4 stars.
He had a guard bird.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
The samurai had a guard bird.
And then on the 29th, we watched Christopher Nolan's like 5th masterpiece or something. I don't know.
What?
Dunkirk.
Which
I gave 4.5 stars. I think it's.
I was gonna give this 3.5, but my boy Watermelon Sugar was. No.
You can leave.
I'm kidding. I gave it 4 stars.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. It's a good one.
Harry Styles, as much as I don't like his music, he does a good job in this.
Like, I was gonna give it 2.5, but my boy Watermelon Sugar.
My boy Watermelon Sugar was in this, so 5 stars.
5 stars.
No, I think visually this movie is like creme de la creme.
It's a good time.
It's better than the next movie, I think, visually.
Christopher Nolan directing Dunkirk.
Yikes.
That was pretty good.
Robbie,
Okay.
Robbie, did you hear the hot take I just said? I think it's better than the next movie we watched visually.
Micah, did you see the cinematography in 2001 A Space Odyssey?
Yeah, I did, and I think Dunkirk's cinematography was better.
Get out.
Okay, so I watched 2001 for the first time on the 29th, and it was very meh. Like, very meh. I gave it 3.5 stars because it's technically, like, all of the technical stuff about it is really good, but the story is trash. Like, actual trash.
How could you, Micah? You didn't feel anything?
No, why should I? What was supposed to make me feel something? 2 hours of shots of nothing?
Oh my gosh.
Like, what do you want? Like, I don't understand what all of you film people want me to feel from this movie. It's nothing. It's music and random shots of stuff. Occasionally you had what felt like it was going to be a good story, like with Hal, but Hal was focused on so little that it felt nothing. Hal dies, I felt nothing. Hal kills somebody, I felt nothing.
Okay, you didn't feel anything when Hal was dying, Micah?
No, I was like, why is this going? I feel like this
Maybe
is supposed
you're
to be,
a robot.
I was like, I feel like this is supposed to be like, I don't know, emotional or something, but why should I care? Hal was annoying, then he killed somebody. The end. Like, I don't get what people's obsession is with this film. They act like it's some masterpiece and that Stanley Kubrick's vision was untouchable by men. But, like, it's just a boring, unfocused movie.
Wow.
I hate that so many people love
sorry
this
you
movie.
feel that way. Micah.
Like, it actually bothers me that so many people like this movie and talk about it the way that they do.
I can't imagine not liking this movie.
Like, why? I don't get it at all.
It's just, I don't know, like, it taps into something so subconscious. It's so crazy to me. I don't know what it is. Of all of these Stanley Kubrick movies I've seen, this is the most...
It's just as good as Doctor Strangelove, and Doctor Strangelove wasn't very good.
Doctor Strange. Dang, man, they're both so good. I don't know, bro. I don't think I'll ever give this thing any less than 5 stars.
I don't get why. Like, I don't get how on earth you could give this 5 stars. Nothing about this is a 5-star movie.
Well, what did you rate it, Mike?
I gave it 3.5.
I gave it 5, of course.
I don't...
This was a rewatch for me, by the way, guys.
I don't comprehend why people talk about this movie the way... Like, literally, if you hear people talking about this movie, they act like it's something more than a movie. They're like, this is the ultimate thing.
That's what's so great about it.
No.
No.
They act like it is like the savior of all cinema or something.
I mean, it is one of the most monumental films probably ever made.
Like, it has good cinematography. Fine. A lot of things have good cinematography.
The special effects in this movie,
Harry Potter,
aged like fine
Harry
wine.
Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 had good cinematography and good CGI for the most part, except for that one chase scene. But that doesn't make it good. Like I would call any of the Harry Potter movies more interesting and more emotional and more enjoyable than this movie in a heartbeat. Like, any of them. Even Chamber of Secrets, and I hate Chamber of Secrets.
I want to take that clip and just use that as the promo for this episode. Oh my gosh!
I don't know. I feel like I feel like we need to do 2001 on the podcast sometimes. Because,
maybe we should.
Because I don't get why why people like it so much. It's not good. Like, it's fine. Like, it's good. It's well made, but the story and everything that's there that should be good in a movie is not good. Anyways, we watched something just as transcendent of cinema next. We watched Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius,
baby.
And wow, was that an interesting time.
Although, according to TMDb, it's... Wait, maybe that's the TV show. Yeah, okay, never mind. I was about to say, never mind. Forget I said anything.
What were you gonna say?
Forget I ever said anything.
I gave it 2.5.
I gave it 2.5
because it's not very good, but it's funny.
I mean, it is the birth of cinema, but like, honestly, actually, this might be one of the greatest films of all time. But at 2.5 stars.
On the 30th, I watched Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, which I gave 4.5 stars. Big fan of that one.
Oh my god. Jimmy, James, son.
Then I watched, also on the 30th, I watched Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol.
Wow, you watched it without me, Micah?
Which I gave 4 stars.
I don't get to see Jeremy Renner acting all crazy.
What? He doesn't act crazy?
He kind of acts crazy.
He's like, it's so hot.
It's so hot. Micah, no one, Jeremy Renner in the Mission Impossible series. It's so hot.
then also on the 30th, I watched A Silent Voice, which was darn good, and I didn't expect it.
You guys watched that without me. I'm very sad.
Yeah. Honestly, one of like the most emotional movies I've ever watched.
And Micah's watched 5 Feet Apart.
Oh my gosh. I gave it 4.5 stars though, because the pacing was kind of meh in the middle. Then what did we watch on the 31st?
Ooh, we watched our Best Picture winner, Micah.
Oh, that was the Best Picture
But it wasn't
winner.
No Country for Old Men.
That was a Best Picture winner?
Yeah, it won Best Picture the year it came out.
That's kind of disappointing.
It was good. What?
It was fine.
Yeah.
It was fine.
All right. We watched It Happened One Night.
I gave it 4 stars.
1934, baby. What a year. What a movie. It's good. Go watch it.
What did you give it?
I gave it 4 stars.
Okay. Then on the 31st, we watched Scott Pilgrim versus the World for the first time.
First time, baby. Luke, this one was for you.
This one's for you. Yeah. Now we have to watch it with him and do it on the podcast.
There you
go. Man, it's good. It's really good. I wish it was better though.
Yeah,
it has some pacing.
But
problems.
we're planning on talking about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about it more.
But man, it's good. It's iconic.
Oh my gosh! If I wanted to be
Mr. Pilgrim.
So my dream fields in movie making are cinematographer and editor, and I'm like, bro, this is literally the greatest film of all time.
Let's hurry this up and get this done before the hour mark. Then on the 1st we watched.
On the 31st, I watched Gigi, another Best Picture winner, and it kind of sucked. I'm not gonna lie.
It's like, I don't understand why the French people are so obsessed with love. Love sucks because what my mother and my aunt have distilled in me since I was a young girl.
And this guy's like, I'm world famous.
I'm world famous.
Oh, but I fell in love with this little girl.
My goodness, I'm world famous.
I'm gonna marry her. Will you marry me? I hate love.
Will you marry me? I hate love. And I hate your ugly pig nose.
And then he's like, no. And then he's like, don't worry. She'll be back. And then she was back. The end.
And also kind of like...
It was a musical.
It was a musical?
But the songs were all awful.
Yeah, it wasn't great. But yeah, on the first, what did we watch?
On the first, we watched The Dark Knight. Very good. 5 stars.
4 stars.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
That's horrible.
I don't think it's up to the level of 5 stars. That's why.
Well, you're wrong.
Well, you're wrong. That is like objectively wrong.
That is like objectively funny.
Fine. You either die.
Fine.
You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
But Your Honor, I'm not done.
But Your Honor, I'm not done.
Harvey Dent is...
Do you just want a Harvey Dent fan cam, Micah?
I do. I would take that every day.
Every day.
Then what did we watch? We watched Hamilton. And that's really
and
good.
boy, was that great.
That's a good musical.
Actually, yes, it was great, guys. I know I sounded sarcastic.
like I don't know what to tell you. The soundtrack is amazing. Motifs.
This is like gold standard of A, motifs used in music, B, like based off a true story but still compelling.
Yeah.
And C, some other third thing.
I gave it 5 stars.
I didn't rate it because it's not a film.
Because it's not a film.
It's not a film.
Even though Lin-Manuel Miranda said that he intended for it to be watched on the screen when he made it, and he said it's a filmed musical, which makes it a film. He's like, no, it's not the intended way. The intended way is on stage.
That's just the way it was made for.
Not according to Lin-Manuel Miranda. This one was made.
Why did it not premiere on the screen, Micah?
It did on Disney Plus.
Oh my gosh. I'm saying original release.
It was originally not released on the screen. That's why any movie that did not release in the theaters was awful and isn't cinema.
Oh my gosh. Wow. No, I almost cried like 4 times this entire thing, so if that's any indication, I like never cry at movies, and this thing almost got me crying. Like,
but it's not a movie because its expressed intended purpose was to be viewed by an audience in a theatre, but not in a normal theatre, but on a stage of the theatre with live performers.
Oh my gosh, Micah. I'm just saying I'm not putting it in my 2020
I'm just
films
saying
ranked.
I can't put it in the 2020 films ranked, even though it's a film that expressly came out in 2020.
I don't know. I don't. It goes fundamentally against what I believe films should be. So.
But I will put short films above movies any day.
Oh my god. I'm just saying they have less time to mess stuff up if they do a short film.
Anyway, that was the last thing we watched.
All right. Wait, no, it's not.
Yeah, this we
Is
watched. Yeah, then we watched this.
Oh yeah, then we watched Deathly Hallows. Right. I'm like, no, I had something after Hamilton.
I had something. I swear.
I swear.
Swear to me.
Swear to me. That's all I know. I swear to God.
Swear to me. Yeah. Fun times. Who doesn't like The Dark Knight?
I don't know. I'm sure lots of people.
Professional to professional. A drop from this height wouldn't
kill
kill me. I'm counting on
I'm
him.
counting.
Because Harvey was what we couldn't be. He was Gotham's White Knight. He didn't need to wear a mask to be Gotham's savior.
Oh my gosh, Micah's like, why are we chasing him, Daddy?
Why are we chasing him, Daddy?
Because he can take
Because he can take it, son.
Because he can take it, son.
He's not the hero we deserved, but he's the hero we wanted on the big screen.
Oh, 5 stars. That's what you just said to me, Micah.
I love that movie.
All right,
so
we need
much.
to do the Dark Knight trilogy on here
That
sometime.
would be fun. Okay. I was gonna bring this up next 2 weeks from now.
Cillian Murphy, Micah.
I was gonna bring this up 2 weeks from now, but what series are we gonna do next? Because I was gonna vote Fallout. I mean, not Fallout. Mission Impossible. Since we had already done Fallout. I was gonna suggest Mission Impossible. Since
I
we've
love how I
already done
associate the Ant-Man theme with Mission Impossible.
Fallout. Right? That's not even the Mission Impossible theme.
Wow. All right. Well, it's been a fun time. We laughed, we cried.
I had a quote.
We talked about anime.
Wait, did we?
No. It was a joke, Micah.
I mean, I brought up a silent voice. Which
Oh,
is an anime.
gosh dang it. We did talk about anime.
They better have this quote in the IMDb quotes, or IMDb is permanently canceled.
Or IMD canceled.
Okay.
Did you find it, Micah?
I did.
All right. Are you ready?
I am ready.
All right, do it.
Oh my god. What am I gonna do? My wife's all alone downstairs.
Ron, you don't have a wife.
Right.
Okay, that was one of his best performances in the entire film. You feel his absolute panic, Micah. I don't think he's that good throughout the franchise, but when he steps up his acting.
He's missing his wife, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
The Minister of Magic.
What?